Anne-Marie Piron and Miriam Nicole are two of the biggest athletes we have in our sport.
One split-second mistake has cost them an entire season.
When you get injured as an athlete, the only thing that fuels your recovery is a goal.
I think the excitement from downhill stems from the unpredictability. You don't actually know what's going to happen.
It's the pinnacle of gravity racing in the mountain bike discipline.
It's a high-risk, high-reward sport, and the riders are really pushing the limits.
You're dealing with all of the different elements of a mountain.
There's no guarantees in this sport.
In the end, the difference is very small, and they are separated many times by less than 1 second.
Who are the greatest downhill riders of all time? I would say Anne-Marie Piron.
I mean, I remember watching 2019 Leger when he pushed the front end at 60k an hour for 30 feet. It's like, dude was willing to do anything to win.
He looks like he's going so damn fast that it looks like there's no way on earth anybody else can do that.
He rides the way you wish you could ride.
Miriam Nicole is a world champion. She's an overall World Cup winner. She is one of the very best women in the sport.
Their results really have put them on a pedestal within the sport, but as characters as well.
What's up, girls? Here we are.
They're warm, they're welcoming, they're so good with the press and on TV.
Ali, you can do it. You can do it.
The Commencal Makov team is by far one of the biggest teams in the entire paddock.
Should I look at you or look at the camera?
Just chat to me.
Okay. Am I looking cute?
In the women's elite, they've got Miriam Nicole. In the men's elite, they've got Anne-Marie Piron.
They prove that they are the best riders in the world. Sponsors expect them to be performing. I would say there's a direct pressure on them.
The challenge for these riders is that people are looking at them and thinking, you're part of this team, you're going to be contending week in, week out. Now, if you're getting injured, that puts extra pressure onto you about how quickly you can get back racing.
The past 5 years were pretty great, like lots of victories, a lot of success, still some injuries, but always managed to get something out of it. But last year was the darkest for sure.
Going back to first World Cup of the season, so much stress, like I didn't know about my pace, I was just worried about it, worried to not be as good at the 22 season.
I don't feel as strong as I should be, but yeah, honestly, absolutely don't know where I'm sitting right now, and we'll see it on Saturday.
I felt under the pace and I didn't really accept it. It was weird. It was a carnage, like this off-camber full of fruit. And I just wanna like take this place safe and just took the safest line possible. But just like miss my line.
Ah vache de cul.
Let's plug it. Very good.
Hit my head in a stump. So I felt super stiff. My neck was so stiff, so hard, really painful, but my head as well. And I thought it was maybe a concussion, so I was a bit worried about it. But at the end, like of the day, I was like, okay, we'll see tomorrow, and it felt like was really painful.
After yesterday crashed, didn't feel great, and I have really sore neck. It's really painful, so not so ideal. And I woke up this morning, everything felt a bit blurry and just felt super slow. So just decided to not race. Definitely really hard to stay out for this race, and and everything just break down like this, so it's really hard.
And like 3-4 days later after the crash, like still really bad, like neck pain, not getting better, so it was definitely something wrong, and we went to the hospital. And I was like kind of super confident, because for me it was not possible. I had broke something in my neck, but I couldn't believe it was broken. And when the doctor came back, like they came back, 5 people came back to me like don't move anymore. They put me a brace to cover my neck, and like they asked me a question like, do you feel your feet? Do you feel your fingers? I was like, what the fuck? It was so scary, and so then they were like, okay, we need to do a surgery here. Worst moment of my life.
It's good to be back with the team out of the hospital. Definitely hospital is not a great place to stay. So I'm just happy and grateful to be on my feet and just with the team. It's really a bummer to not be racing, but it's what it is. It could have been worse, it could have been better, you know, there is always 1,000 stories to write, but it's like this, and yeah, at the moment I'm just grateful to be here, eating my lunch.
And it was definitely like a nightmare, you know, like everybody worked so hard during the winter and everything to reach our goal, and finally like we go the opposite way.
I was really scared. I didn't want to come, I really want to avoid this, but finally, teams wanna me to be here, and I think it's a good thing, because it's just I feel so good to see everyone again. I'm really looking forward to start the rehab. In the rehab center will be, I think, a good step.
Let's try. Okay, take a seat.
It's been tough. Like it's now so 7 months and still feel it. Missing a whole season, it's such a nightmare. Huh? Like didn't really pay attention to the results and everything, because it was like, you know, inside of you, like it's burning, like, and you just want to scream and whatever.
I'm not sure, like inside of him, where he feels he is.
I don't really know yet. There is two options. If I feel good, I'll go to give my best. Like that's what I want the most, you know, be back and fighting for top position. But in the other case, like if it needs to take years to come back, if my body like cannot handle, if my mind like stays stop, I won't gonna push it. So there is 2 scenarios possible. It's such a sick place. Like first time for me here, so just easy. Like there is the lift, 5 minutes from home. So just downhill stage, like a good gym. You can ride enduro. It's just easy to do everything. So such a cool place. Loving it.
Get some hours on the bike, lapping, working on the technique, so it's been good.
William is one of the most iconic racetracks in the world. Where better then to start the 2024 season than right here on this brute of a course.
Amaury, certainly in this era, is the king of the fort. It's been his domain to perform in.
He won the last 3 World Cups there that he raced. Somehow he expected to be performing well, and we kind of expected it, but we all had no idea.
It's always the question in the off season, like you're training, you're doing everything, but you never know how that's gonna equate to when you're actually at the races.
You put already expectation on your shoulders, but when we do the media stuff, blah blah blah. So Amaury, you have won like the last 3 World Cup races in for YAM. So what are you looking for this weekend? I want to win. At the top, I was like, I don't even know how to do my first practice run. I forgot everything, and yeah, I was just stressed just to judge the speed I should go on the first run. Should I try to go fast? Should I just try to spot some lines? I was just lost.
How are you feeling on that first run? I was stressed at the top when I fall. You know, first run back, like with everybody, like I was stressed. But like stop mid run and like felt better then. Was cool.
One more, baby!
Yes, baby.
Welcome back. Okay, you have fun today.
Enjoy, you too.
I was happy to be here, but I was so scared, so stressed. It was kind of a mixed feeling, you know. I had every scenario possible in my mind. I was ready for everything, and at the same time, not ready at all for everything.
There's essentially 4 days from track walk through to finals to ensure that every part of the jigsaw is in place so that come the finals run, that one shot, you make it count.
Friday is the first cull day. So Friday is qualification to begin, and that is the first step that takes you to semi-finals.
Ended up 17 quali and didn't expect that. And I was like, it's insane. Like I'm close to the guys in front, and so I can do it in semi.
60 go to the semi-final in the afternoon on Friday. From that 60, you have to qualify to the top 30 before you get to the main show on Saturday. So that is essentially your first proper stressed race run.
Nightmare of a run, and nearly crashed 2 times, so it can be just more stoked to be in for final.
And so I put some more expectation on myself. Okay, can be like at least top 10, you know, like yeah, come on, you can do top 10, easy, bro, or like podium.
He was trying to really balance his own expectations against needing to put yourself in a mindset where you believe, because if you don't believe, you're not going to perform.
I was 7 seconds back, so pretty hard on a dry race to swallow.
he was in his position, sure that he was riding fast, but he saw that all the other riders was faster than him. So I think it was the perfect race to come back and to see exactly where he was compared to the others.
He really kind of took some time to try and process Fort William, the result, and then go into Poland with perhaps a slightly adjusted kind of expectation, but I think also with a bit of fire. Yeah, there was definitely a sense of, I've got something to prove.
You hyped? Yes. Yes, baby, on you. Yeah. Yeah.
Brand new track. It's good, just happy to have a brand new track, all fresh, like nobody have been riding here, and yeah, happy.
On a track like Poland, fresh for all, it was easier to adapt than coming to Fort William, where because it's such a well-known track, people were able to go 110% from first training till the end. Arriving in Poland, new track, new for everyone. Everyone had to slowly get up to speed. So right there, Amaury was going to be closer to the rest of the field.
When it was dry, so much fun having a new track, and then he trained and it was even better, like sliding everywhere, keep the fun so high, you know. So yeah, just so happy to ride that new track.
Confidence. Confidence is a currency. When you're catching green lights and everything's working and you're getting away with it and you're riding well and everything's going in a positive direction, it makes it easy. It's just the power of the mind. You're not fighting yourself. You're not worried.
Good to see this guy back on track and up to speed after an entire year out with that big injury last season. You're on fast through there. That was nice. 58.5 kilometers an hour from here on through here. Oh yeah, this is looking really good. Declan, this is looking good. Crosses the line.
Momo's podium came almost exactly 1 year since his crash in Lenzerheide, where he broke his neck. So at that point, it was very easy to look back and reflect and see what an incredible journey it had been to get from a broken neck back to the podium in 1 year.
Journey to come here has been so long. First step is done. I'm stoked, so happy.
So Leogang, it's the Autobahn. So fast, everybody first lap is already flying. I knew it's gonna be hard to do well. I never at that point felt that much speed since my injury.
It's way faster here, so it's gonna be another step to pass, you know?
Yes, that race in Leogang was a really strange one and another like crazy question mark. He was looking really fast in practice. he just didn't believe in his capabilities. Probably thought that, okay, I'm not fast enough and I have to push 110%.
10 seconds. 5.
What can Emery do here today? He knows what it takes to do well on this course.
I was just struggling with the fatigue this weekend and yeah, just couldn't stay in my line.
Point two over the full split. Oh, be careful. Oh my goodness, Emery Piron almost ejects out the front door into the woods.
And it's over. 13th. Yeah, I couldn't sleep that night. So I was like trying to analyze like all day long. It's the next day, you know.
I think we understood right away what happened in his race run, that he was like, not trusting in his capabilities, that didn't believe in his speed, racing like a junior with like no skills on the race approach or whatever.
It's been tough to swallow, and we definitely need to work on it with the team. My mechanic's name is Thomas. Colombo, El Gringo. No, that's my teapot. I call him teapot. I have so many names for him. So.
Momo and Thomas together are such a cool duo. They're so full of character and fun, but at the same time, like, they know how to work. And yeah, the commitment from Thomas towards Amaury is second to none. His dedication is amazing.
So it's so cool when you can have that kind of relationship with your mechanic. He's kind of your best buddy and your mechanic. Because you know, this is the last man I see up there at the top. To the baby. So when I see him again at the bottom and we do good, it's like, we did it, bro!
Such a team environment and atmosphere that it brings that Formula One style aspect to mountain bikes that we know and love.
Les nouilles.
C'est tout mort ton truc. C'est tout fini.
So this is Amaury Piron.
And I am Nicole.
And we are in
Val di Sole.
For the 2024
UCI DSG World Cup Racing.
Mais là ils ont nous coupé les racines. Enfin ça a changé.
I think that to come back for the win need more time that we can imagine. To go fast, come back quickly. But to win is another step.
So Leogang had good intention all week. Felt good and just was not able to turn it on for final. My head was somewhere else. So yeah, a bit sad about it, but anyway, now here, Val di Sole, another chance.
He really analyzed what went wrong in the Leogang the night after the race, the next day during the travel and everything, and he was really not happy where the pista Amaury.
I just try to learn well that track because it's a dangerous run. It can be super dangerous if you try to go too fast, too quick.
It felt like the sensible Amaury came out to play. But by the afternoon on practice session 2, it was like, okay, he's done the calm bit. He was absurdly quick.
Having fun, Momo. It's so much fun.
No words needed.
I was really excited and track was insane. Felt good, I was confident in my lines. We worked well on the bike, did some changes. And yeah, felt good for quali and semi. See your name on the top of the board. Felt like a win. Yeah, my best quali and semi day so far this season.
I'm up here. Stoked, baby.
Just cool, you know. And we were just happy to, hey, that's a really good part of the weekend made, and just keep that mindset and good energy for tomorrow.
Finishing first in semi-finals means that you are last person out of the start hut in finals, which is a big deal because obviously you know that you've gone fastest, but in order to then sit with that pressure on your shoulders for the finals day is quite a big weight to bear.
This weekend they take on the most demanding course on the circuit, the Black Snake of Val di Sole. Just who will come out on top?
That's rough, it's long, it's fast. Everybody complains their hands hurt.
I'd say it's the most brutal track of the year.
And this year with conditions made it just like 10 times harder, I think. Consistent rain in the mountains for like weeks.
This off after everything he's been through with the injury last year, missed the whole season.
The whole weekend has been a build. It gets louder and more.
Dakota Norton crosses the line. Wow, that was incredible. He's lost 1 second to Dakota through that middle sector. Aaron, that does not look to be drying at the top of the hill. Oh, Lowe's, oh no. Bit spicy up there, you can see the shiny rocks.
But then this quiet descends at the top, and it really feels like the focus is really honed in on that run. Everyone has been down, the time is set, and all eyes are on you.
He's back into his familiar and favourite position as the last man down the hill. Emery Piron is on track and he's got it all against him. He would know exactly what Dakota Norton has done. That looked about as good of a start as you can hope for.
So first split in green, second split I think 2.5 something.
Emery Piron is charging here, leaving no stone unturned. Look at the speed and the momentum. Oh, look at that line! Emery was out of the picture. You have made a big mistake. You have made a big mistake. 4.1 seconds up here.
First split 4 seconds and I totally lost it.
Emery Piron continues to lead. He's 4.3 up. That's going to do it. He's just got to get around this flat left-hander here. Ladies and gentlemen, Emery Piron claims the win here in Val di Sole Trentino.
Did he do it? Yeah, he do it. So good.
I heard that the crowd was a bit noisy and excited. I was like, maybe you're doing good, but stay focused and just make it through the finish line. And look back, and so it was green and just like full green, you know. It's good when it's not green, red, green. It's like when it's full green, it's like, hell yes, baby! I like that. And I couldn't see the timing at the time, just like the second. I just saw that was green and it was, let's go! That was really, really good and yeah, insane. Like the moment when you realize you won a World Cup, it's been a long time and that one felt really, really good.
Nico, let's talk about that run from Amaury Pierron.
Man, this must give him a real shot of confidence.
Amaury Pierron is back.
He went through mentally, it sounded, dark. You're going from top of the world, winning races, winning championships, and he had a really unlucky crash to have such a bad injuries.
I don't think many people would even want to get back on a bike after having an injury like that.
I guess I don't think he expected to hit this type of form so quick. I'm sure he hoped to get back.
Yeah, arguably the best race run ever.
Yeah. Amaury putting down maybe one of the greatest runs ever.
Was his run the fastest? The perfect run? Was it like every sector? Yeah. All sectors won?
Yeah. How the heck did he win by almost 5 seconds? In the elite male field, that is usually separated by hundreds or even thousands of a second.
Winning margins to go in the record books.
To have the mental strength to rock up to the hardest track of the year after missing a full year from injury and then winning.
To have the opportunity to commentate that was, I didn't realise how big of a moment it was going to be until after the fact. There was a couple of times I had to grab Aaron by the shoulder of like, mate, you got to help me here. We need to calm down a little bit. And the producer's in your ear like, more energy, go harder.
You see these guys on the edge of tears and you know that you've witnessed something pretty unique in the history of the sport.
And that'll go down as one of the runs that we talk about for a long, long time.
It really was one for the history books.
It's going to be interesting now to see where he goes from here.
Want to shut that door?
Yeah.
Thanks so much, dude. I'm gonna take a seat.
So, first question, what happened?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Salut beau gosse. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good, good?
Good.
Felt free, like, yeah, kind of. A man going out from jail. I kind of, it's weird, but it felt so good to finally be back. Léger means a lot for a Frenchie.
The last couple of years, the Finnish bowls have been extraordinary. Now this iconic monster is growing, and it's growing from strength to strength, and word's getting out, and Léger is now one of the biggest downhill races we have on the calendar.
And you can see it like on practice day, like first day of practice, I stopped, I seen Loïc, I was like, what the fuck? They were, I was like, whoa, no, I don't want to see that.
I'ma get my all till I can't hit the road, run them bands, throw it all in the safe. Pop a case of dime, hope it wash away the pain. You be smiling in the ear if you can see it all the day, I know. This life will pass you by in a blink.
And went to my first practice run the afternoon, and just a, like not a massive crash, but a good one.
Whoa.
Never had a kind of UG since my bad crash in Lensride. So I was happy to be able to get a crash and to be, okay, I'm okay. I can crash and that's fine. So it was like another step,
Smiling in the ear if you can see it all the day, I know. This life will pass you by in the blink of an eye, I know. Memento mori, living every day to the fullest, I know. Living to the fullest, as bullets fly in the city. Close my eyes,
happy. I was struggling this year to come back to my real speed on a real fast track.
Again, another ticket box for me. I've never been on that pace ever this year.
Really, really happy about today. It's a progression, so yeah, can't wait for tomorrow.
Shake-up of the schedule due to the bad forecast for the day.
Race day, baby! We expected tips to come and wake up us, and finally I was just too excited and wake up by myself. Like like a kid waiting to see Santa Claus.
So we basically changed everything on the bike.
Mud guards.
Mud guards, massive mud guards, like visor extended. That was so good. I was so excited. When it's raining, it's like, you go to raw.
That one was scary because the tricky point was at the bottom.
I've seen how many riders crashed in these corners. He knew that it was dangerous at this place.
Watching the live feed of fuck, everybody's crashing. What can we do, And I was okay. Got the phone. We're on track, analyzing the dirt and giving some advice on the lines. It was so sketchy. The main goal was just to stay on the bike.
10 seconds. 5.
So Piron fourth in the UCI World Cup downhill overall as this race got underway. Spent the first couple of races getting back up to speed again, but put himself right back in the conversation with that win in Val di Sole Trentino last time out. Rocketing down through the top section. He's faster, 4/10 of a second up, goes super wide there.
Amaury is one of the absolute best in these conditions, as he proved in Val di Sole a couple of weeks ago. His ability to ride this kind of off-camber, slippery stuff in the roots with commitment is kind of second to none.
The Ruffin brothers watch almost a second split, gonna say 2.2
Oh yeah.
seconds faster for
Oh, he's on another one.
Now it's a bike race. Now it's a bike race here in Léger. Amaury Piron fancies making it a double. 2 wins back-to-back. He's daring to dream here on the soaking wet slopes of Léger, but still so much track left to play with.
Nailed that exit. Super important to get out of there with speed over this double. No problem. Pulls a Taro.
It's 2.7 now. 2.7 seconds the difference for Piron.
I'm just holding my breath. We know what's coming. All right, this has been the make or break all day. He's coming up to the steep section. He's got to be patient here. Back it down just a little. Don't rush right here.
Amaury Piron has to now just play the percentages through this really difficult section.
Oh man, feet on.
Feet all the way down for Amaury Piron.
We haven't seen anybody not put a foot out there all day. This is extending.
The crowd going absolutely wild.
Look at the time.
4 seconds on a race that we thought Greg Menard had locked up right at the start of it. Amaury Piron is putting on an absolute clinic here in Léger. Amaury Piron crosses the line. 6.4 seconds faster
What happened?
I don't know, I fucking won léger. It was just exciting, you know? Like, the cold, the rain, the wind. Like watching the live feed, everybody's crushing. We knew it's gonna be a carnage. All the Frenchies are here to support the Frenchies. And be able to deliver for them, you know, because they've been standing like all afternoon in the rain, cheering, and like to be able to give them that win, just feels so good.
Speechless. I'm done. Insane, huh? So sick. Wow.
Magnifique, hein? Ah, quel
It's the podium.